Yo, everyone.
How's it going?
How are we doing today? Welcome. This is day 2. We are in day 2 of the first round of the RTA Tournament. We are still, it feels like this just flew by, right, Warlocke?
Absolutely. I can't believe we're already almost done with round 1. It's exciting though, because we just got more exciting stuff coming.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to get into this action. We have 2 matches on deck for you guys tonight. It was supposed to be 3 matches, but we will get into that here shortly. But we have 2 matches here to round out and finish off this first round action, so that we can start this second round tomorrow. So, just a quick recap if you are here for the first time, just a recap of what the rules are. We're not going to go into depth. So let's just keep this brief and quick, War. Let's go ahead and go through this. You go ahead and, you know what? You go ahead and explain all the rules real quick. Let's just knock it out. It's all on you, sir.
Cool. Sounds good, man. So for the last couple matches we're going to have tonight in round 1, we have a flat restriction on nat 5s where you can use no more than 2 of them. Moving on tomorrow, we'll be starting up with round 2, and in round 2 we have a 3-element limit, meaning you can only choose monsters from up to 3 elements. So for example, if you go, with your, so say you take Sekhmet, Ganymede, and then you pick Icarus as your 3rd pick, that means you're locked in with those 3 elements, and then, fire, wind, and dark, you can't use any more elements than that. And you can use the same elements as your opponent, obviously. There's only 5 elements, so there will be, there may be fire on both sides, or even fire and water on both sides, and that's totally okay, as long as you yourself don't go over that 3. In the 3rd round, we're putting a flat restriction on all passive skills. This doesn't extend to skills that have a passive effect on an active, such as the Kung Fu Girls or the Barbaric Kings. However, any skill like Pisamas or Purnas that is labeled as a passive will not be allowed. And then in round 4, we have no active leader skills. This means that you must select a monster whose leader skill will not be active in this match, or, perhaps a monster who doesn't have a leader skill, such as Beta. But monsters with arena leader skills are okay to be chosen, in your lineup, as long as you don't choose them as the leader. So you can pick Samoth, but you just have to pick, your Beast Monk leader or something like that. And then, of course, in the finals, we will be lifting the restrictions because you have done enough up to that point, and you can use whatever you've got at your disposal.
Absolutely. So, again, if you're watching this for the first time and you see some teams that you're like, why would you bring that? There's reasons why. It's not just that, they're just randomly bringing crazy units. It's because we have special restrictions on this tournament. So, let's jump right into the bracket. The bracket is updated right now. We have almost every spot filled up for the round 2 action. We only have YouFailxMe versus CaNz tonight, and then NickdakidKH versus DSaint905. As you can see in the top right-hand corner, Bryn Delicious, unfortunately, due to some time issues and whatnot, had to drop out of the tournament, disqualified. We let everyone know that we wanted to get the first round done by today. Unfortunately, could not make that happen. So the fill-in for the individual that could not be a part of the tournament due to personal issues is Electra, who was also in my Nat4 RTA tournament as well. They reached out to me and was like, yo, I would love to step in if you need an extra spot. So funny enough, perfect timing, you go ahead and get that extra spot, and not only do you get that extra spot, but you slide right into the second round. Now, let's be honest though, you're sliding into that second round versus a very high competitor in Drunk Dragon, so I'm very interested to see that matchup. But as we can see on deck tonight are the 2 bottom ones, and then once that is done, we have fulfilled the first round, and the second round will start tomorrow. How do you feel about that?
Oh man, I'm excited. Like you said earlier, it's gone by real quick. I feel like we spent so long getting this together, and now that it's all off the ground, it's just flying by. But I'm really excited. Everyone that fought yesterday did awesome. Both the winners and the losers of each matchup. The people that moved on They really earned their spot. They have all proven that they're going to be a tough competitor, so it's going to be cool to see them, now that they've got some experience in this tourney, move into a different set of restrictions and bring some different tactics to that matchup.
Absolutely. So first match on deck tonight to round out the first round is going to be NickdakidKH versus DSaint905, and we are going live, right, ladies and gentlemen, to the picking process of who they're gonna bring to this matchup. So what do you think about that first Bernard pick from NickdakidKH, War?
I think it's a tried and true tactic. We saw a lot of it yesterday. It's pretty much showing that you're going to try and take a speedy comp, but you're not, with only choosing one monster. First, you're not revealing if you're going to be trying a cleave, if you're going to be trying someone to, boost with some immunity first and then kind of tank a turn or something like that. So it's definitely something we've seen a lot of, and for good reason, because it often works.
Absolutely. To piggyback on what you just said, picking that Bernard first, you really have so many angles that you can take that it allows you to, okay, I think I should get the first move picking that Bernard, but then your opponent is picking 2 monsters after you, so now you can kind of get a sense of where they might go with it, and then you can adjust your picks accordingly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So DSaint decides to bring out the Theo Megan, is really thinking about it, taking his time on these next 2, because Nick the Kid brought out that fan favorite in Lucian right there. Lucian is a very high pick. Of course, with that amputation magic and those cards come flying out, he looks unstoppable at times.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like Nick's going right in with some more damage. He's taking Luna and then Rocky, and he's going to go ahead and lock in with them as well. So other than the Bernard and Megan there, he's going with a full nuke team. So we did see him try to take more of a cleavy approach. I'm not sure how that's going to fare, because we've got, Orion and then the Delphoy with and now Perna too. This will be an interesting one for sure.
Honestly, yeah, I agree with you. I think whoever gets that first move might determine who's going to win, because especially on Nick the Kid's side, now he has 3 nukers potentially. If Chloe can get that first move and put invincibility to protect them, DSaint might be in some trouble here.
Absolutely, yeah. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm excited to see who moves first here, and we're going to find out right now. It looks like it's going to be the Megan. So
that's what I was afraid of. I was afraid Chloe might cut in because Megan's buff wasn't enough.
The 20%,
So now what do? You're stuck right now. You just have to attack and hope that they don't. And the unfortunate thing is that Theomar's violent procs, so you take the defense buff off. That is very unfortunate right now for DSaint. I would say early on, Nick the Kid has a clear advantage right now with that Chloe Fanatic.
Yeah, I would agree, definitely. I'm excited to see what kind of damage he puts out here. There is defense buff up still on 3 of DSaint's units, so... And
immunity. Let's not
immunity.
Discount immunity. So Rocky is going to be less important right there, but this does not stop Lucian.
Correct. Lucian's going to do his full force. He doesn't have the attack buff up, but some of these monsters are looking a little bit low, like they might be within kill range, so we'll see.
Absolutely. I think depending on how strong that Lucian is, it could wipe out that Delphoy right there. And Rocky's going to take away that first. There it is. And that is a
doing
no
what she
revive.
Does.
There's a
the
no
AoE.
revive right there.
Wow.
That's the great thing about those units that Rocky, Avarice, if they can kill you, you are not coming back.
Absolutely. And we saw DSaint take Perna as a last pick into the Rocky, so I'm wondering if he was going to try and get Rocky out of there quick before she had a chance to do that, and that looks like it didn't work out.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Because obviously, Perna's one of Perna's big things about him or her, whatever the case may be, is that it comes back to life. That's a huge selling point, and bringing him into a match with Rocky, not quite sure if that was a smart thing to do. So with that happening, Nick the Kid actually picks up the win here. So it's going to be an interesting setup. What can DSaint do to try to force a match 3?
I think definitely in the This is really going to come down to the pick and ban phase, I think, with this one. I think that D-Saint's going to have to think a little bit more about how he's going to try to counter what Nick the Kid. You know, he had a good approach earlier on last time with the attack bar units, and it looks like Nick's going to come right out with a Perna and take that away from D-Saint right off the bat.
Now,
so I think we're going to see.
That's an interesting thing. So you take it from D-Saint, but to me, that Perna really didn't pose a threat. So
yeah, it was something he was able to counter pretty easily too with Rocky.
Yeah, so an interesting strategy right there by Nick the Kid. We have seen so far in this first round that taking your opponent's pick has done pretty well for you for that individual. But I would say Nick the Kid won pretty convincingly right there. So why do you think he would go ahead and try to do this? What do you think is going through his head if you had to pick his brain?
If I had to pick his brain, I would say the best guess I can give is because you can look at these picks. He didn't pick any of these Lure and Julie or Perna. He didn't pick any of these monsters in the last match. So I think what he's doing right here is really just trying to mix it up, try to really show that he's that he's deserving of this win in this first round, and trying to just take a completely different approach and try to make it work. That's what I would guess that it looks like he's doing. We got a Leo from D-Saint now too. That's going to really mix things up.
Yes, so D-Saint is locked in with his Nat 5s right there with Poseidon and Leo. So what is Nick the Kid's last pick gonna bring here? He has a couple of damage dealers with Perna and Julie. He has some heals with Ariel and defense breaks with Lure and a Mantura. No, I actually like that Mantura pick. I think that could have been an interesting pick, but decides to take a Chloe instead.
Okay.
I don't know about you, War, but I was actually feeling that Mantura right there.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen yet. That's something I was looking forward to, and I don't think that's the worst thing he could have taken there too. With Perna on his side, if he can get a defense break off with his AOE, it could be a quick match.
Exactly, and I believe that's a Sonnet right there, the water heart.
Yes, Sonnet. She's got the 2 AOE sleeps.
Okay, so looking more for a CC control right here with Poseidon and Sonnet. So Poseidon can reset attack bar. Sonnet is sleeping everyone, and then Leo can go in right behind them. Of course, Leo's going to get the first turn, but Leo goes in right behind them after they sleep and CC. You could see a turn of events right here for D-Saint.
Yeah, if D-Saint's able to get to this combo he's got going, then we could definitely see the match go in his favor.
Absolutely, absolutely. So do you think he hits Ariel here just to push back that attack bar?
It looks like he jumped right onto Lure. I would assume he did that, Lure being a 5-star still. He was going to have a little bit lower base HP. I think he's trying to put the hurt on him early and maybe just turn it into a 4v3.
Absolutely, and also I think a secondary thought as well hitting that Lure is if you can take him out, you take the defense break out.
Right.
So without the defense break, the attacks on Nick the Kid's side become a little less damaging.
And that's going to be important in this match because Nick the Kid definitely does have the sustain, whereas D-Saint's kind of on a bit of a clock here. He's only got the defense break from Megan in the form of boosting his survivability.
Exactly. Great point. It looks like Lure is out, so that is good for D-Saint right there. That bodes very well. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely, and he gets the sleep on Perna and Julie too. Both of them are out for a turn, so now we got Ariel sitting there with a defense break, and it looks like a proc from Leo getting Ariel really low.
So an interesting build there. Typically in RTA, you see Leo built on vampires so that he can survive for a long time. But it looks as though D-Saint's Leo is on violent, which that bodes well because that tricks a lot of people. They come in expecting Leo to be on Vamp, and then he's going multiple times. Now you have to switch up your strategy and figure out what can I do against a violent Leo, putting out that much damage, right?
Absolutely, that much damage. And then it can be really debilitating to have him take 20% of your attack bar too, depending on how close yours is and if you were going to go next or not.
Absolutely.
Wow, yeah, it's looking like D-Saint's really bringing it this time.
Yeah, D-Saint, it looks as though it's heavily in favor right now for D-Saint with the amount of units is now 4v2. I believe Perna has already gone down once, right? He just went down.
Yes, yeah. So once he goes down this time, that'll be it. So if Julie goes down here, which she does, it's all up to Perna now, and he's got 3 water units he's going up against. I don't know how I like those odds too much.
Now, we have seen, we've all been there where Perna crits on water non-stop. but I just don't think there's enough time here for Perna to do anything, and D-Saint forces a match 3.
All right.
Fun time. So this is, we only have 2 battles tonight, but with the first matchup, we force a match 3, and here it goes. What do you think about D-Saint's ability to come back in that second match?
I think that was awesome. I think, just like I was saying before, he really mixed up his picks. He really took a different approach, and it worked for him. I gotta say, there was a moment in that last match. We were talking, and it all happened so fast. But it was a Sonnet used her second skill, Nightmare Melody, and that's the one with I think it's a 50% chance to dot and sleep. And then it was after Lure went down. She used that and managed to get all 3 of those sleep procs, and that was a huge turning point in favor for D-Saint. So a lot of luck from Segment there, and I just think that was a solid pick altogether.
Absolutely. So with that happening and D-Saint getting the victory and forcing a match 3, do you think he goes the same route, seeing how he won pretty handsomely right there?
I think it's going to be interesting. We see on the side of Nick that he's jumping right back into a Lucian comp. He's not messing around now. He's scared, probably a little bit scared of this game 3. And Perna is still open. We've seen Perna on both sides so far, so I'm wondering if Perna might come back out. With the Lucian there, I think it's possible D-Saint might roll with Perna now, actually, but we will see.
You are reading my mind, sir. I was just thinking with that Lucian, now would be the good time to bring out that Perna. But he decides to stick with the Leo. The Leo Sonnet and Poseidon really played well for him, so he decided to stay on that.
Okay. And then, Galleon. There's one I don't think we've seen yet.
No, we have not seen a Galleon. Funny enough, we've seen Lure, but not Galleon.
Yeah, before. You're right.
So that is an interesting pick.
Luna, okay, so full-on cleave on the side of Nick. There is nothing in there that is not a recipe for a cleave comp.
Exactly. So, do you think D-Saint tries to take some healer here to try to, if Nick the Kid can get off that first hit and start doing all this damage, that he has a chance at least to go ahead and try to heal?
Definitely, yeah. I think D-Saint should be smart here. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go with Bella. Oh, no. Oh, Chasun. Okay, similar. With the likelihood of Leo being banned, which it looks like is going to happen, yeah, I was going to say a healer would be pretty vital right there.
Now, the one thing I am worried about on D-Saint's side, you have a lot of CC now, but is it enough damage? And he goes with the attack lead because I'm sure he's aware, okay, I have a lot of CC, I have heals, but is that going to sustain me long enough to be able to kill my opponent?
Right.
And so he decides to go with that attack lead, even though he had an Orion defense lead. He says, okay, I need to bring that extra attack just to try to get through this match.
Yeah, he's got to hope that he's able to keep that Lucian on lockdown, because without any resets of skills, that Lucian will inevitably get an amp off, and he is very likely going to do some major damage with that against this comp.
So the one unit that resists is Lucian. So you still need to worry. He is coming up next, so you need to do something. Hopefully Poseidon can land and
gets the silence. Ooh, wow.
It does not take away the attack bar, but does put the silence on.
Barely enough, and Lucian goes down.
Lucian is out, so it is up to Luna now.
Crazy turnaround. Wow.
So Nick the Kid looked very strong coming out the gate, but D-Saint looks as though, I don't want to jinx it, but looks as though it's going to take these final 2 matches and move on to the second round. Yeah,
I got to say, I think this is our first full-on comeback we've seen of the tournament, to go down in the first match and rise up, winning the second 2, both with very strategic comps. He made a lot of changes after that first match. You can tell he definitely absorbed from that first match and took what he learned into the next 2.
And you know what? That's one of the things that comes with RTA is you have to be able to adapt, especially if you're fighting the same person back to back. You know, it's and even more so if you lose that first match, you need to be able to adapt and change up, but still be able to, put forth that effort. And D-Saint did an amazing job at that.
Yeah, he was able to read his opponent very well from so few matches against him. That was impressive.
Yes, so we are down to the final round 1 match. It's gonna get started here shortly. It's gonna be between YouFailxMe and CaNz. Now, I do know that YouFailxMe is a part of the Visioneers Guild, so we know him quite well.
Absolutely.
We know that he comes with a lot of units. What kind of Nat 5s do you think we might see from YouFailxMe?
I think we're going to see, I think with this restriction on Nat 5s, we're going to see him continuing the trend of the, I mean, as he has done with Orion right here, with the trend of using units that have proven to be strong in the current meta, because when you're restricted on the Nat 5s, you can bring, wow, that is a Wayne right there, I believe.
That is a Wayne.
Oh, wow. There's another one of those, like we were expecting, you know, those very obscure Nat 3 units. But a solid pick because Wayne, you know, to go up against Orion, Wayne has that same, you know, boost, the 30% attack bar boost, and then the speed buff too.
Absolutely. So it looked as though CaNz was gonna lock in his only 2 Nat 5s right off the bat, but thought otherwise.
Right. Wow.
Which there it is. You see a Sammoth come out.
Pick.
So
yeah.
Sammoth with both Wusa and Wayne. Probably 2 really fast units.
Wow.
This is going to be crazy.
The Water Griffin. I don't even know if I know the Water Griffin's name off the top of my head.
I do not. I'm sure chat will help us out here. The audience might lend us a hand with the Water Griffin. So for now, we're just going to call him the Water Bernard, okay?
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone said, whoa, Blue Bernard.
Blue
exactly.
Bernard.
So we have the Blueberry Bernard in here.
Camilla, another solid choice with Raccoon. You know, like I was saying, you failed rolling with those Nat 4s and 3s that have proven to be effective in RTA.
Exactly. So CaNz is going with a full water team right here. Interesting pick right there.
Very interesting.
You know what's crazy? It's a full water team, but I actually like his lineup right now. He's got the speed lead, and then 2 very quick units that can profit off of that, as well as the strip. And I'm pretty sure, you know, I haven't seen a whole lot of it. I know the Water Griffin has a nuke on the 3rd, and it's based on HP and speed. And I know it is a little bit more respectable than most people think that it is. So there's even some damage there too. Yes. So here it is, match 1 between YouFailxMe and CaNz. This is going to be fun. I like the picks on both sides. This is going to be a good match. Who gets that first turn? Orion gets the first turn. There it is.
Stunts the Water Griffin. Defense break on P-Sama. So, there's defense break on almost everyone now.
That is clutch right there. Interesting to reset Sammoth. So you're trying to get that Sammoth out of here right away.
Yep.
Instead of, I'm sure a lot of people in that situation might have reset the Wusa so they wouldn't have to see immunity and shield. But a smart move, I think, to reset that Sammoth instead. You get rid of the nuker on the team for the most part, and there it goes. Sammoth goes down right away, and CaNz has not. This is his first move right here.
Wow, goes with the speed buff. I gotta say, Fail's definitely, the RNG is swinging for sure in the way of Fail. I saw Ganny proc 2 turns in a row, followed by the Orion proc to take down that P-Sama.
But you know what? Honestly, man, that's the way it is. I feel like, I don't know if it's you, but I feel like certain units have a higher chance on Violent to proc than other units on Violent.
Absolutely.
Ganymede is one of them. Okeanos, I've seen a lot of Okeanos Violent proc. Feng Yang, the Wind Panda, he violence all the time. So Ganymede violenting does not surprise me at all. But the comeback is real right now. Gemini drops. So it is now 3v3.
And we see a little bit of heal on the side of Fail with his Raccoon there. It looks like he either timed out or made a choice at the last minute, and then a little, the shield from Wusa, but not a whole lot of sustain on either side. So this is going to be interesting. I think this could definitely still go either way.
No, yeah, absolutely. I don't see a clear-cut advantage on anybody's side, because you never know, and there goes Ganymede again with the Violent proc. You never know when you have Ganymede, because he's resetting everyone every single turn.
Yep, and then you got the random stuns coming from Orion. So there's just a lot of things are still up to chance in this match. Resets the Wusa again, so I don't think Wusa's going to be getting any immunity up right now.
And there's another Violet proc. That Ganymede is no joke right now, and I agree
Orion.
with you.
Oh my goodness, Orion coming in.
He's going crazy, folks.
That obviously on Violent, but also with the additional chance on his first skill, stacking with Violent. You are correct. That's something we're going to see proc a little bit more than your average Violent Ruined monster.
Yes, and there goes the reset again. So Ventilate is back up and ready to go.
I really think if this Water Griffin is able to, get off his second skill and then follow up with a nuke, he might be able to put some hurt on, on this Orion or Rakuni. It just seems like he's just on lockdown from the Ganymede.
Yeah, that Ganymede is definitely MVP right now, and there it is again, folks. Ganymede is going absolutely ape right now.
Unreal. He's had enough.
He has had enough of seeing that Ganymede go crazy right there. And I do not blame him one bit for that. CaNz says, you know what? Ganymede for the win. I bow out. You win the first one.
Wow. That's
great battle. Great battle right there. And I do agree with you. I do agree with you that the RNG was in heavy favor right now or in that match for YouFailxMe.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. I mean, and it's possible that he was just the one who had the Violent Ruined monsters. We don't know if CaNz had his monsters on Violent or not, but either way, it seemed like every time Ganny went, he got 2 turns.
Absolutely. He was going... I think he went probably 7 times in that match, if I counted correctly, and there was only one time that I saw he did not Violent proc.
Wow, so that's crazy.
That's a very high rate. I feel like that's higher than the normal Violent rate right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some crazy RNG. But it looks like CaNz is starting out with a Lucian pick, so we're gonna have a little bit different of a match this time. Looks like he's gonna.
Interesting though that he starts with Lucian. And then YouFailxMe follows up with 2 water units. That is an interesting thing to do right there. Don't you agree?
I definitely agree. I think Camilla is generally fairly safe to take against Lucian. You're only going to see the one Lucian because this is RTA. But CaNz following up with the double Garuda there. It looks like he really wants to cleave this. He wants to just get right back into it. And
he better hope that the cleave works, because this is it. If you don't win this match, YouFailxMe moves on to the second round. So you need to get this win. And so he puts all of his chips into Lucian right here, hoping that Lucian can go ahead and brings out the Fae as well.
Wow. Yeah, so he's going with the cleave, and you are absolutely right, JD. He better hope this cleave works, because with now Amelia and Camilla as the 2.5s on the side of Fail, one of them is going to get through, and one of them is going to be able to wreak havoc if it doesn't go down on the first turn.
Absolutely. So follows that up with the Sonnet.
Again, with the full water.
Full water. Interesting. So the ban is on Lucian, which I assumed it would be, and the ban is on Sonnet. So we're going to see both Camilla and Amelia going through.
Ooh, this Fae,
that could be a scary situation right there, folks. Scary.
Absolutely. A lot of this is going to come down to Fae, what Fae does with her third skill, and also who goes first. The speed lead with Fae, is that going to help one of the Garudas go first, or is Orion going to snag it? Actually, it looks like Wayne.
Wayne goes before Orion.
And then there goes Fae with, not bad damage, but not enough to take anyone out. Instantly given the next turn to Fae. Ryan cuts in. Looks like Faye's going to get another hit off here, though.
Not before Megan cuts in and puts on that defense. So, unfortunately, even though you're able to resurge and get Faye's attack bar full, you still can't cut in between. They're just too fast.
Enough movement speed, on the side of Fail here.
Big hit right there by Faye. So, Orion is dangerously close. But you need to, there it is. I was going to say you need to get some heals going. Because if you don't, that's going to be a dead Fae. And at that point, I don't know how much damage you have on your side. But he was able to get Orion off the board. So how much more can he do?
another one of those matches. This could really go any way at this point. There's no clear.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Cleanse, a very clutch cleanse from Konamiya there.
Very huge, and here we go. Ready to ambush comes up. The attack bar is full. Research Faye. Can you do enough damage?
Ooh,
and the Camila goes down, folks.
Ooh, the
Camila
proc.
is out,
Oh,
and
my
with the
goodness.
proc, Megan is gone. So it's 1v4 now.
Wow,
with
this
2
Faye.
stuns in a row. So the RNG is heavily swung back in the favor of CaNz right here. Wayne is going bananas with that skill, and I feel like CaNz just forced a match 3.
Just like that Faye came in there with the proc into the shadowless kick, and then the turn right after that was absolutely animal. That Faye went about as crazy as the Ganymede did, I dare say.
You know what? I'm gonna steal what you just said. I dare say that might have been the most exciting match of this first round. What those units just did right there was absolutely crazy. That was exciting.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Being able to, because if Faye didn't proc, Camilla would have gotten another turn off, could have healed up some more. That Camilla went down to that one turn from Faye, and she was just under half health, so that was a huge kill.
Wow. So here it is. We are going to go to a match 3. Both
Again.
fights going to a match 3. What an amazing night of matches right here. It's just so sad that we only have 2 on deck now to round out this first round, because I feel like this is going very well right now.
Oh, yeah. Big picks. Failed right out the gates with the 2 nat 5s, and he is not messing around going with the Feng Yan and Perna.
Sorry, so we're just here live. There was some issues going on with coming into the match to spectate. So we are here now, and here are the picks so far. So YouFailxMe is coming right out the gate, not playing around with his 2 nat 5s. Interesting, going Gemini and Kumon. CaNz is staying the same way. So on YouFailxMe's side, you got to understand that Wayne is fast. So can you get fast enough to outspeed that Wayne?
Yeah, and if he's going to go with Ban and Lucian, again, both those Garudas are going to get through. There's going to be all that resurge and attack buff for Faye, and that really did prove to work. Wow, that's Antares, the Fire Lich. That is actually a solid pick against this Garuda comp here, because he can be a pretty solid interrupter.
I completely agree. That is an out of left field pick, but an amazing pick right there, especially depending on how well he is ruined. And again, coming from YouFailxMe, I feel like he's probably ruined very well.
Yeah, no doubt. I think a lot of his monsters are very in sync. You can see that when he makes one change to his lineup, he makes, if he is picking one monster differently, typically 2 or 3 monsters he alternates to. So I think he's got a lot of strategy in his head for sure.
Interesting there. You see that CaNz did not go with the speed lead and decided to go with the water attack rate to get 30% extra attack for water units.
Okay, I wonder if that was by design, maybe because hoping Wayne can really just do some damage with the ignore defense on his first skill, because there's so many fire, the strong presence of fire here. Wow.
Wow, that Gemini goes down quick.
Don't even think he got to... Wow. And then we see chain fire, not quite enough to take out Antares.
Not quite enough to get him out. But YouFailxMe right now is back against the ropes right now, but does manage to take out the Faye. Oh, and there it is, the Perna critting on the water.
Just the 2 Garudas left now for CaNz. That was... The RNG, these matches are so close.
I'm sure if I'm CaNz right now, I am yelling at my screen, seeing that Perna crit on my water unit right there.
Yeah, on that Wayne. Oh, poor Wayne. Wow, that was rough. It looks like Wayne's going to be coming back, but is it going to be with enough time? Because you got Camoons coming up here. Antares cuts in, double stun too. Ooh, there goes. Ooh, okay.
Okay, so.
Like I said, man.
There's the reviver gone. And there it is, folks. I don't think Konami is going to be able to 1v2, but we will see. With Perna constantly critting on water, I don't know how much you can do. He is stunning like crazy right now, though. just trying to stay alive, keep your beak above the water, right?
And that's
it looks
it.
as though we had to quit out right there. Go ahead and concede. So it looks as though YouFailxMe moves on to the second round. Not easily though. CaNz put up an amazing fight right there.
Oh yeah, down to the wire.
If that Perna did not crit that water, this could have been a different story right there. Don't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I think this last match especially was very interesting because we saw it come down to it was a battle of procs down to the last turn. Down to that very last crit from Perna, and you know it's just those low chances of things like that happening. You know, like Antares coming in and cutting in, and then Perna critting. That's how it happens. But I mean, that was a very solid, well-picked team from Fail in that last match there. You know, he really mixed it up. Each match he went into that, he tried to take a different approach, and we see it working well.
Absolutely. So there it is, folks. We have the second round set. We have Ken XXY versus Doom56, Shoezilla versus X Wiggles X, OJ Flores versus YouFailxMe, Electra sliding into that second round due to the DQ, facing off against Drunk Dragon, Devil's Reaper 94 going up against Mini Love 15, and Shockster 435 going up against D Saint 905. So now that the second round is set, everybody's ready to go. What surprised you the most about that first round, only being able to use 2 Nat 5s at the most?
I gotta say, what really surprised me the most, it's gonna have to be the Water Griffin and the Light Frankenstein, because I knew we were gonna be seeing some units that we didn't normally see in RTA, but these are units that you rarely see anywhere. Maybe very niche use in like Driller, very niche use in Necro, and then some Guild Warsy stuff with Khan. I found out Khan, that we figured out that's the name of the Water Griffin.
Okay, there it is.
But yeah, thank you, chat. Just seeing some of those picks, and then seeing them work too, was just awesome, because it goes to show that even if you're going up against these crazy Nat 5s and stuff, if you have the right strategy and you get, the RNG swings in your favor at the right time, you get those clutch procs, those clutch stuns or whatever, it can really, come down to very little changing the match in your favor.
Absolutely. And honestly, what I thought was the most interesting thing in this first round is that having only 2 Nat 5s, you saw a lot of attack bar boosters. You saw a lot of speed units, because getting that first turn was key. Absolutely key. So you saw units like Konamiya, you saw Orion, you saw Wayne just now, you saw Megan. You saw all these units that needed to buff up attack bars so that you can try to get that first turn. If you can take out one of their nukers right away, you have a very good chance to win this match. So very, very fun, very exciting, very good first round. I am very happy about that. We are going to come back tomorrow, starting the second round of this RTA tournament. And
all right.
I cannot wait. Just to recap, the second round now is no more than 3 attributes. So just like all the other rounds, you have 1 chance to mess up and pick 4 attributes. If you do it twice, you're automatically disqualified. So, with that being said, do you have anything else to add, sir?
I just want to yet again say thank you to not only all of our contestants, but to everyone here in chat, everyone who's been helping us promote this tournament and find contestants, and everyone in chat for being easy to reach and for getting there on time. We only had one DQ, and it wasn't even due to any problems. It was just a difference in time zones, and we got to keep this thing rolling and keep it going. But just thank you guys all. The support means a lot. We've been working really hard to bring you a quality tournament. And also want to just say thanks again to you, JD, for having me here on the channel. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It's been a blast.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you coming on and co-hosting, especially after you won my first RTA tournament. And don't worry, for everyone in chat, I do see that there's some questions vindicated. There will be more RTA tournaments to enter. And again, remember that there are prizes for this tournament for first, second, and third place. So I am very excited for that. We have still not announced what those prizes are. You gotta wait for it. It's called building anticipation. You know what I'm saying? So again, thank you. The first round is done. We will be back tomorrow around the same time for the round 2. Hopefully we can get through all of the round 2 matches, but we will see come tomorrow. But again, thank you, Warlock, for being a part of this. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
If you're here for the first time, go follow. Warlock streams Summoner's War and other games as well. TheWarlocke SW. And then go ahead, if you're here right now, you're already here. Makes it easy. Go ahead and hit that follow button. JD_the_gamer86. Follow me. We're going to be streaming a lot. And this is my second tournament hosting. Warlock came on for this one. Amazing that he did. I'm very happy that he did. But again, like I said, we got a lot more coming, so stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Thank you everyone for being with us for the rest of the first round. We will see you back here tomorrow for round 2 of our RTA Fall Classic Tournament. Peace.